Hello, how are we this evening? Are we good? Hello, Alison, how are you? Lovely to see you. So I have no idea what I'm doing. Nothing new there then. We had the workshop at the weekend, which was amazing, but I'm still exhausted. Oh, just noticing flickering. That's not good. Is it flickering where you are, guys? My computer's sort of flickering a little bit. Yeah. Husband, if you can, if you're watching, please come down. There's a bit of a flicker. Hi, Philippa. How are you? Hello, Pauline. Lovely to see you. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've kind of brought my craft supplies back down because they were all packed up away for the workshop. I know there's some things that I haven't got, like a heat gun. But yeah, we'll just go with the flow and see how it goes. I'm watching myself live on my phone and that seems to be okay, but my PC is flickering a little bit. So if anyone can let me know what the quality is like, that would be fabulous. Right, I will flip you around and we'll just get started, shall we? Have a look at my fancy computer. Right, let's sort the lighting out. Okay. It's flickering. Okay. I did not know what's occurring. Alistair, if you're watching, please can you come down and have a look? Right. Feels like it's settled. Has it settled? Has it settled? I think he's busy ironing and watching Miss Scarlet. But I know that we're going away on holiday and we're so far behind. So he's been helping me out in the ironing and he's watching programs with Kezia. So whether he's also got an ear in his, like, you know, an eye on this, I don't know. Right, we're going to go autumnal. I was going to slosh watercolor all over the back. There is some flickering on your phone. It seems to have settled here, so I'm hoping it's going to settle where you guys are as well. And I'm hoping that Alistair will, because when it comes to technology, it's like, hello, Arwen. When it comes to technology, I have no idea. He sets it up and I have very specific instructions about how to log in, but problem solve, that's a whole other story. I'm looking for some orange. It seems to have stopped. Yeah, it kind of seems to have stopped my end as well. I don't know what occurred there. I do apologise. Orange. We're going to go autumnal. I don't quite know what we're going to do, but we're going to go autumnal. Autumnal. Hi, everybody. Right. I have pulled out this little image from Hug and a Mug, and I'm thinking, yeah, it could be the face one. That's good. Well, not that it's good, but we can fix that. I will have a fiddle later. I think I'm on my own with regards to technology. Whoa. Right. I'm thinking I'm going to use her. But instead of it being wintry, we're going to go more autumnal colours and make it more suited for this particular season. Hello, Lucy. Yes, technology is a nightmare. It's fine when it works. Like Alistair has it all set up for me so that I'll literally just have to press a few buttons and kind of go, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if it goes beyond, if it starts doing its own thing and I have to rectify it, that's a whole other story. Can't do that. Right. I'm going to start with some circles because that seems a good place to start. Oh my goodness. I'm just trying to prevent a bit of a crafty lunch here. It's just I was trying to put something down, but everything's wanting to go too. Right, let's start off with some yellows. And then we'll get some oranges and then we'll see what has occurred. Hello, Tracy. How are you? Lovely to see you. Right, so we'll start with some yellows. Yellow. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That is a good start. It's okay. All you've missed, Deb, is some flickering and some tech issues. We've not really got started, but lovely to have you with us. Right. I'm going to try and concentrate on some of the more smaller circles in this rather than all the big ones. We'll have them overlap, have the little ones overlap the bigger ones. I don't know why, but I thought, why not? This is me just warming up. We are warming up and hoping to create something. What has everybody been up to today? I've been ironing for Britain. Well, I haven't actually, because the iron started dripping water, which deeply concerned me. Hence, my husband is sort of catching up now. Because we had as I said, we had the workshop Saturday, and my head has been full of the workshop. And now we are going away on holiday Thursday morning. So I'm trying to get ready for that. It is my mum and dad's 50th wedding anniversary this year, and it was our 25th wedding anniversary this year. So what we've done is we're kind of going on a joint family holiday, sort of bang in the middle between the two events. Now I said it was close to a craft to lunch. That was on the opposite side. Right. So I'm thinking we shall stamp her about here. And then try colouring her in and seeing where we go from there. Now, question, do I have an acrylic block or are they all in my workshop box? I think they're all in my workshop box. Okay, so we are going to have to problem solve. I'm just trying to see what I have to hand that could be used as a replacement. Right, this will do. Today we are learning how to just make do. I thought I'd been really good and brought all my stuff back, but clearly not. Right, we are using the back of some pencils. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just going to, it's already going to be uneven enough, so let's just, there we go. Can't actually really see what I'm stamping. Professional at work here. You've mostly been, moving furniture. Eek. Are you decorating something, Lucy? You've been doing a bit of shopping, Sue, and some colouring. The colouring part sounds good. Now let's see. Do you think this will have worked? You taught reception this morning in year 2. Now let's see how dire. Well, considering I couldn't see and we weren't using an acrylic block, that's okay. I can live with this. We are okay. Excellent. She's a bit squint, but we'll just stamp some leaves around her and it'll be good. It'll be all good. Right. I'm looking for my watercolours. These ones that fell on the floor. I can't go too heavy-handed with the water though because I have no heat gun to rescue if required. Okay. Right. I'm just going to put a light skin tony type colour on here, just around her face, and then we will build up with some other mediums to get the shadows and things. I'll pull my pencils out in a little minute. I'll just block the skin colour out. Trying to make sure I get our hand. Oh, now the cat's haunting in. It's all going on tonight. Okay. You've been painting MDF cats and bats for Halloween. Oh, nice. Hi, Fiona. How are you? Nice to have you with us. Fiona, did you leave pens at the workshop? I have some fine liners and I need to find out who they belong to so that I can return them. Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. We already have a date for the next one booked in. I am just waiting for the guy from the venue to confirm. And then we will have, I mean, I did sort of reserve all of March, so it should be fine. But I just want to double check he's still okay with it. And then we will go from there. Right, she's a bit squint. That's because we stamped without a block. I also don't have a heat gun to dry that off. So we will, I'm going to do some more dodgy stamping and let's create a little fancy hat for her. I'm going to, what colour should we have? I think we'll go for the green. You don't think so, Fiona? Okay, no worries. Somebody has left some fine liners. I'll put it on Facebook. They're nice as well, so I think somebody will be very upset when they realise. Apologise for the Today we are learning how to make, do, and mend because basically I have left half of my stuff. I thought I'd organised it so that all my studio stuff had come back with me and all the workshop stuff had stayed in my workshop bag, but no, I've not done it quite right. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Fiona. We had an absolute blast. It was amazing. I think I was running on adrenaline for days. I was kind of nervous-sighted. I was excited about it all, but also just the responsibility of really hoping everyone would like enjoy it and stuff like that. But it was good fun. It was good fun. Right. We're going to give her a little paper pieced hat whilst her little skin there is drying. You're not decorating, just well overdue. New furniture. Decorating would be more fun. I don't really enjoy any of the decorating stuff. I don't get much of a say either. Alistair, because he does the decorating, sort of makes all the choices as well. He sort of asks for my opinion occasionally, and then I give it, and then he ignores it anyway. So you kind of think, what was the point of asking me? So yeah, I just leave him to it. After 25 years, I've just discovered it's just leave him to it. It's fine. Right. I'm going to stick this on, and then I'm going to create the depth and things of it with a little bit of a marker. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Right. Hunt in the bag for glue. Right. And then we can decide. I don't particularly want to use I mean, this paper actually takes markers, and I could just embrace the bleed. So that is an option. So I'll get that down there like so. And then we will get a little bit of a warm grey just to create the shadow areas. So there'll be a bit of shadow underneath this sort of like pom-pom part. Shadow around the flower, so pop that there. And then just a bit of shadow like that. I like doing this. Even if I'm paper piecing, I like to add shadow. I think it makes a difference. I'll maybe get a bit of darker shadow in part of it. You're part of the quality control. Sorry, you're the quality control part of the team. I'm just going to put some of the darker shadows there. Oh, I like it. It's cute. Right, I'm going to be brave and just actually come in with alcohol markers because it's going to speed the process up quite a bit. So I'm just going to do a very quick base. We will deal with bleed through another day. I don't have to deal with that today, so we're all good. Let's get a little bit of this down. I'm not worrying too much about for the decorating. Yeah. Not worrying too much about the shades and tones just now. I'll probably bring that in with pencils. Probably do a bit of mixed media colouring. That tends to be my favourite thing right now, is mixed media colouring. So I could have just done our skin tones and alcohol markers. Never mind. I'll get her boots as well. Let's give her some black boots. Well, we could have gone green. I suppose we can always put green in there when we go in with pencils. It's not looking overly exciting. Just at the minute we're trusting the process. She also looks like she's got a big yellow, because we did the circles first, so it's like a big yellow part in her head. I'm working in my journal. It's not, I didn't start that one this long ago. I should have really dated my pages, but I'm almost finished. It's definitely the quickest I've ever used a journal. I'm speedy Gongalis with this one. Right, I'm going to colour in the flowers orange. This orange is dry and sticky. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Fresh one. What was everyone else up to this weekend? I had a blast, but I'm absolutely exhausted. And let's make the cup orange as well. Singing to myself now. Yeah, it's been a busy few days taking Janice to find Nessie. She enjoyed Scotland very much. Right. Getting there, and maybe we will get a little bit of brown for the chocolate. The door's still a little bit open from letting the cat in and out. Right, we'll get some brown in there. It doesn't look that much different to the grey. Hey ho. I like her hat. Right now, that's about the only bit I like. It's fine. It's all good. It's all going to be A-okay. If it's not right, it's not the end. Right. There goes. Let's get some pencil out. Let's see the damage to the other page. See, it's not bad. Like, considering this is like watercolor paper, I do find these Pink Pig journals amazing for this. It's like the bleed through isn't awful. You know, a little bit of a splattered background, you're barely going to see that. So it's not too bad. Right, let's grab some pencils. And we shall lift this a little bit so that it looks somewhat better than it currently does. Start off with her hair. Sounds like a typical cat. Yeah, absolutely. Let me in, let me out. She likes to be in, but she likes me to keep the door open for her to look out. which is fine, but you know, the temperature has somewhat changed now and it is rather cold. And I have the heater on to try and keep me warm, and it seems a little bit pointless having the heater on and the door open, you know? Just sketching in some sort of like strokes for the hair. To make it look a little bit more lifelike. And I'm twisting the page. I'm not like kind of trying to bend my arm in a funny way that's uncomfortable. I'm moving the page so that it's comfortable for me. I've got some browns because I want to kind of warm this up. We're going for a really autumnal look. I might get the paint markers out as well at some point, or the gel pens, just to, as I say, really warm that up a little bit. But this will do for just now. And I did intend to give her black hair, so we're all good. Her face needs fixed. It's definitely the wrong colour. I need to give these shadow areas, make those shadow areas a bit darker. So anything that has got something behind it will have a shadow. So we want to kind of emphasize those bits. So she's kind of got these pleats as well. That would also include within the pleats. So within the pleats and under the hat. I think I've actually kind of possibly gone a bit dark. So what I may have to do is lift this with highlights a little bit to get the values working properly. Right. I'm going to add a little bit of depth to those flowers now. So let's get out some brown and some orange. And we can deepen these orange colours somewhat. We need a slightly darker brown. I'm just going to change my, here we go. I kind of accidentally scribbled over the centre of the flower, so I just went with it and coloured the whole thing in. I'm just wanting to make those flowers a lot less bright because I'm wanting them to fit the autumnal theme. So does anyone, when they go on holiday, pack their craft stuff with them? And if you do, what do you take? Asking for a friend. Hoping to get the clothes packing done tonight after this live. And then I can work out what I want to take. I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time sketching. I'm going to be doing the Peachtober prompts, I think, which I will share with you guys on Instagram. If you want to kind of follow along, that's probably where I'll share them. Like if you want to see what I'm doing. But I am really interested. I've made my mum take her art journal because for those of you that were there, my mum was there. And she spent the whole time, it's funny, she spent the whole time saying she's not a crafter. And she's not. She doesn't do any form of crafting. She just came because I was doing the class and she wanted to be there for that, really. That was the only reason she came. And she's determined. She's actually very creative. My uncle's an amazing artist. And obviously I enjoy drawing and stuff like that. And she is actually very good. She's just never sort of really developed it. But she's absolutely determined she's not going to get into it. So she's kind of telling everyone, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not letting it take over my life. I'm not doing it. And then on the Sunday, she sent me pictures of 2 different journal pages that she did on the Sunday. So I'm like, looks like someone's got the bag. And she's like, nope, I'm just going to do this journal and then that's that. But I've told my mum to take her journal with her, and the 2 of us can do some journaling while we're away. So that's why I'm into, although I want to do a lot of sketching, I am quite interested to know what everybody does with, what they take with them. I've got the best blend on these pencils. I'm not quite sure why. I'm hoping that because we're going to the Lake District, I'm hoping we can go and see Derwent. I love going into the Derwent. I've done the Derwent Pencil Museum so many times. And yes, I don't really need the Pencil Museum again. I think I've learned what there is to learn, but I do want to walk around the shop. I think you can't go to the home of Derwent and not go to the home of Derwent. Do you know what I mean? It's like the home of Derwent pencils. It needs done. You often take your Zentangle stuff as it doesn't take too much. That's a great idea. It doesn't take too much space. I need to give Zentangling a try. Something I've not really done that much. Like my friend would really enjoy it. She likes working with black line work. Has anyone else tried Zentangling? If you have, what do you enjoy about it? Yeah, the hair does look quite lifeless in comparison, doesn't it? I think we'll have to get some paint markers in on that. Right, going to get the black out. Oh, I was going to give the boots a bit of a green tone, wasn't I? Let's go over the boots with this colour. We did this technique in the workshop where we put like a grey undertone down and then we coloured over it. It worked quite well. So can I maybe doing that? Yeah, see, it's kind of become a similar green to that. So I might just do that and then come in with the black. Because I actually think black boots are a little bit harsh. Yes. So yes to you do Zentangling, Susan. What do you enjoy about it? Do you take craft stuff with you when you go on holiday, Susan? Or do you just take your camera? Because I know you enjoy photography. What do we take? You haven't been on holiday in many years. Only really started crafting last year. Do you have holidays from home then? Do you have like little day trips out and things? What made you start crafting, Lucy? Just interested. You don't actually have to tell me. Just like, I love meeting new crafters, but it's always really interesting what got people, like what got you started. That's looking quite cute, isn't it? It's getting there. Need a bit of shading on the boots. And then we need to fix her face because her face is somewhat disturbing. Right. You find it relaxing. Taking colouring pens and images for really days on holiday. That's a good idea. I used to do that, take my colouring. But I have to say that even that didn't come in a small package because I used to feel the need to take all the Copics I owned. And I have a few. So, yeah. Nowadays, I'm a bit better because I kind of mostly just sort of take my sketch pads and things. Got this pale yellow, and I think I'm just going to kind of come in and just take the edge, because even though it's white still has shadow, so I'm just going to take the edges of that. We might fix this a bit with acrylic markers and things. I think that just maybe takes the edge off it. We definitely need to fix this poor little girl's face. It is not good. And I'm going to use my pastels. It's my new favourite thing. You haven't been on holiday for over 20 days. 20 days, sorry. 20 years. You just do odd days out every now and again. You're a home person. I like being at home, but I do also like going on holiday. Right, I think we're going to need some tiny little brushes for this one. I think these things have little... Hopefully this one has a brush in it. It does. Okay, and let's get a scrap of paper just to make sure that it's clean. Okay, let's come in with some skin tones. You haven't had a proper holiday since 1991. Where did you go in 1991? I'm feeling really privileged that I'm going on holiday. We don't tend to go, like, more often than not when we go on holiday, we're visiting family. Quite often go down to like Blairgowrie and stuff and visit my in-laws, or down to Grantham to visit a friend. But this time we've actually got like a holiday cottage. It's got a hot tub and everything. I'm very excited about it. And let's just deepen some of these areas. I can erase them, but I've also just realised that my erasers are in my sketchbook pencil case. So once again, we're just going to be like trying to work out how we're going to resolve that while we're here, but it's okay. We shall work it out. Her face in real life looks much better than it does on the screen. Coming with a bit of blush. I do love pastels. Are my new favourite thing for doing faces. I'm hoping that I'm going to have something to hand that I can use just to, there we go, see? Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. There we go. Maybe take the pink out of her eyes as well. I don't think she needs pink eye. Probably not a good look. Right. Maybe give her some green eyes. And then once I've coloured her in, we're going to have to work out what we're doing with the rest of the page. Most of your holidays when you were children were to your parents in Dorset, yeah. When the children were young, yeah. Same when I was younger as well. Most of my holidays were to my grandparents in Bolton. That's why I love Lancashire. I love hearing the Lancashire accent as well, because it's just like so many happy memories. It's just as soon as I hear like a Manchester accent or a Bolton accent, I'm like, oh, because that was it. That was all my childhood holidays. And I said nowadays, most of my holidays are at my in-laws' house. Have I got black fine liner? There, that green needs to be darker. It's not. I think I've really filled the tooth. We're going to have to be coming in with a lot of acrylic markers, I feel, to rescue this. Right. So my plan, you were teaching pencil blending and shading on Friday. I need some tips, Alison. I need you here to teach me, because I'm not doing very well today at all. Right. I am going to, in one of these many stamp sets that I have put next to myself, there is some leaves. Kind of didn't want to use this one again. We've used it a lot, but hey ho. Right. Actually, I think I've seen an acrylic block. Hang on. I mean, they're pretty dirty acrylic blocks, but let's good. I am going to stamp some of these out, I think. I'm just going to overstamp because we can colour with acrylic markers, so any sort of spare lines and things can be sorted. Most of your holidays were to visit friends and family. Then we had a bit more money, didn't have to drag 4 children. We explored Europe a bit more. France is your favourite destination. I've been to France once. Actually, that wasn't a family holiday. I went with a friend. When I was a teenager, I got to go on holiday with one of my friends' families. As I say, I am doing a bit of messy overstamping, but we will rectify that in a bit. Let's grab some more leaves in here. Ooh. That was unfortunate. And then I got a little leaf. Yeah, I did have a different shape of leaves, but... And then let's have a few just sort of like floating about, you know, like they're maybe falling down off the tree. The video that I did the other week should finally go up this Friday. I know I said that I would hope to, but hopefully it should definitely be out this Friday. And yeah, we do that sort of thing a lot. There you go. She looks a bit more grounded now. She's getting there. It's getting there. I love a caravan holiday. Just going to take my greens and my oranges again. Same sort of pens that we've been using for the past few weeks. Some greens in this one. Yeah, caravan holiday is quite cosy, isn't it? Okie dokie. I should have got a yellow as well. Let's get a yellow out. In 2021, you went to the very top of Scotland for the lot. Oh, it's great. I was saying that because when Louise and Janice arrived, it was quite dark, and they're like, "Oh wow, it's so dark," and I was like, "Yeah, it is," but that's the thing with Scotland. We either have like it's either like night of the midday sun, because it's like it doesn't really get dark here during the summer. Like it goes to a dusk, and then it's sunrise again, but you don't get pitch black. But then in the winter, it is really dark really soon. And we're sort of in that transition period now of it being, you know, not quite. you know, in between. It's definitely getting darker earlier. So when I picked them up from the airport, what time did I pick them up? I'm trying to remember now. But it was quite, I think it was around about 8ish or something like that, but it was quite dark. Your last holiday was with 2 best friends in Devon shortly before the £1 million makeover, and we had nothing to do with it. As a child, you really went on holiday as your dad worked on a farm and the animals couldn't be left. I'm feeling really privileged getting to go on holiday. So I'm kind of just working the markers. I'm kind of doing 2 or 3 and like whilst they're a bit damp, sort of blending them into each other. And it seems to be working okay at the minute, so that's good. Nice juicy markers. And when I'm on a holiday, I also need to design something because I'm on Hobby Maker in November. And as yet, I don't have anything new to take to Hobby Maker. So we need to sort that one out. I think I know what I'm going to do though. I think I had mentioned to you before that I had this idea of doing like a paper pad that was all sentiments. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. I think that's going to be my plan. Right, I'm going to do these things here, whatever these are. Some fantasy flowers. When I drew them, I should really know what they are. But, you know, I don't. You were lucky enough to go to Austria on a school trip. Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. Austria looks beautiful. My grandparents did a lot of travelling. So my mum sort of did a lot of travelling with my grandparents. But when we were growing up, we didn't really have a lot. So we didn't do much travelling. As I said, it was kind of Bolton every year. That was about as far as we went. We did occasionally go abroad as children. Sometimes my grandparents treated us all to go. So we kind of went then. But I've never been to Austria, but my mum has as a teenager. There's the most beautiful photograph of her and my granddad somewhere with her kind of looking over one of the lakes there, and it's just absolutely stunning. Yeah, they are nice, Deb. I do like them. As you can see, I keep reaching for them, so I'm very happy with these. We'll definitely be doing my review very soon. I like them. They do stay slightly juicy and wet on the page for a little second, which does allow for blending, which is fab because that's what I like. I do like to blend, and they give such a nice painterly look. And what I like is this. I've just sort of done lots of overstamping and not have to stress about it too much. Whereas if normally I'd be like having to mask all of that and do all of that because your alcohol markers are sort of semi-transparent. So it means you just don't have to worry about that because you know that the markers are going to go right over it anyway. So it's all good. Used to go skiing in Austria, Italy, France. I've never done skiing before, which considering it's kind of on our doorsteps because Aviemore is only 40 minutes away from us. And obviously there's a massive ski resort there. But I've never done it. I don't actually fancy it. I'm a little bit afraid of it. So there'll be no live next week because I will be on my hollybobs. when I come back, we should be all good and back to normal. He went to Lyon, France and Wuhan, China as research for how to teach modern foreign language when they first brought it into primary school. Also been to Kamil, Kenya, to our twin school. It's exciting. I've not been many places. I've been to Yugoslavia when it was Yugoslavia and not all the Croatia and all the different segments of it. I went to it when it was, and then I've been to France with a friend. Their friend's family took me, and I've been to Canada. We went to Madeira for our honeymoon, and then we went to Egypt a few days later. But I mean, I've not been abroad since 2010, so 15 years since we've been abroad. Don't go, and I've only maybe been abroad 4 or 5 times in my life, and I'm almost 50 now, so you know, well, a couple of years off it. Not colouring, even thinking about colouring in this in properly. I'm just sort of doing sort of like a painterly effect, because I'm also just going to fill this in, because otherwise it's going to look like actually the leaves probably should have come over the cup a little bit. But I just want to fill that in so that she's not floating. Just grounded. I don't really like images that look like they're floating. It's one of my bugbears. You've never left the UK? I've got friends that have never left the UK. Do you know what? The UK is absolutely beautiful. There's lots of lovely places to visit here in the UK. I highly recommend Inverness. On Friday, I've never done it. I've lived here for 25. Well, I've lived near Inverness my whole life, because when I was younger, I lived in Alness, which is literally just 20 minutes north of Inverness. But I've lived in Inverness itself for over 25 years, and I've never driven all the way around it. So it was fun doing that. Good evening, Carol. Put some orange in here as well. Meant to say England is beautiful. Sure you are too. Yeah, England is beautiful. We're going to the lakes. I can't wait. I love the Lake District. It's a beautiful area. Actually, not colouring any of this very neatly. I'm sort of more throwing autumnal colours in a bit of a sketchy look, roughly where I've stamped the leaves, and hoping for the best. I think that's going to look more realistic anyway. It's almost like there's a pile of leaves. What is your top place that you would like to visit, Alison, in the UK? I know working just, it does hold us back quite a bit, doesn't it? This working malarkey. The Highlands. Yep, Highlands is gorgeous. Highly recommend a visit. Janice can now testify to that as well. She spent the weekend just going, oh, this is a dream come true. It was so nice. She was so excited. She was so determined. Like, honestly, she spent the entire day scouring and staring at the water to find Nessie. She was determined she was going to find Nessie. What about internationally? Is there anywhere internationally you would like to go? Or are you quite happy just a holiday in the UK? See, I'm quite happy to be in the UK. I think we're probably going to end up going to go to America next year, the year after, but that's purely because my brother and sister-in-law have moved over there. So it kind of feels like we should go. While they're there, we should probably go visit them. So we are saving up to try and do that. Not overly happy with how this is developing. It's going to need to continue adding. It's going to need continued work. I like this colour. Sorry, I've gone quiet. Focusing. Gone quiet because I'm oh, we'd love to visit Switzerland. Yes, I would love to. I believe Switzerland's extortionate though. It's the sort of thing I could probably just about, if you'd saved up to get there, but then couldn't afford to actually eat or do anything when you're out there because it's so extortionate. But it looks absolutely stunning. I mean, the Highlands is beautiful, but the mountains and the lakes in Switzerland just look absolutely gorgeous. I feel like all the pages we've done recently have had a very similar layout. I need to expand my repertoire somewhat. I need to do something completely different next time. Yeah, Switzerland's beautiful but expensive. Have you been to Switzerland, Dominique? I feel like we need a bit more texture down here. And also, that needs to come over the cup so that it doesn't look like too contrived. I'll come in and do some line work in a minute. Just dotting and faffing about. I think if I come back in with some black line work there, I think we might be okay. Let's get these leaves in, these falling leaves. Her eyes really lackluster. They need to be deeper. You've driven through Switzerland a few times, but never stayed as it's too expensive. Love to visit Japan. Oh, I would love Japan. I would absolutely love to see Japan. So would Kezia. Like, it's just such a beautiful place, but it's also like incredibly artistic. It's like the home of anime and kawaii, and like Japan has such a unique art style and also the most incredible art supplies. But yeah, I do watch people's travel vlogs, and Japan looks amazing. Okay, let's come in and see what I can do. I'll try and maybe come in with the back. The place in the UK you'd most like to visit is Edinburgh. Edinburgh's a beautiful city. I do like Edinburgh. And the places you most like to visit are Egypt and Japan. Never been to Japan, but I have been to Egypt. It was amazing. We did a Nile cruise, and like the history of it was just incredible. I have to say that I didn't really fancy it at all. That was one of my husband's choices. He wanted to do it, and we went, and it was amazing. I did enjoy it. I'm just going to add a bit of detail with pastels to this cream. I've used quite a bit of pastel on this, so I will need to spray it once we're done. I'm trying to get away without the spray at the minute because it is quite, like, you spray it and then it's like, it does sort of catch the back of your throat. And it's quite cold, so I don't particularly want to have to open the door. So I probably spray it after I'm live and see if I can get away with not having to worry about it too much at the minute. Also quite fancy just putting a little glow around her a little bit. Your hubby used to go a few times a year to Japan for business, and the photos of the temples look amazing. Oh, wow. You've got loads of Japanese textured papers. Nice. The Japanese do know how to make good stationery, I have to say. That is one thing they are very good at. I watched a YouTube video. Can't remember the name of the artist now. And she does a lot of like reviews and, you know, tries out TikTok hacks and things like that. But she bought a whole load of art supplies from Japan that had sort of taken her fancy, like weird and wonderful things like clear crayons and markers that had like a fine, I don't know, very crazy stuff. And it was just amazing. It's just the thought they put into it. I'd love to have that sort of that terrible English, those sort of supplies accessible to me. That would be awesome. Definitely just been faffing. I didn't today when I sat down, I genuinely didn't even have an idea or a direction or anything I was going. I've just played until something has sort of come to fruition. So if it's been a bit sort of hit and miss and a bit all over the place and a bit disjointed, that's why my brain hadn't quite got where I was going yet. But I have to say, when I just start, I just find I have to start, and then the rest of it sort of gradually looks after itself. I think I'm going to add a bit of yellow to that as well, just to warm it up a bit. Your daughter has just come back from Japan. Her photos were amazing. She's really lucky she was there for work, but also took a week to herself. Wow, that sounds amazing. bit of yellow behind here to warm it up. Oh, I think that's working. You would not have known that if you hadn't told us. Oh, thank you, Lucy. A little sweetheart, but yeah. I'm just like making this up as I'm going along. But I do feel like the past few, we'll flick through my journal, but I do feel like the past few things I've made has literally been someone sat in a field. I mean, why you would sit in a field, I don't know. I might, but probably with a sketch pad. Therefore, I would need a hot chocolate to warm up afterwards. Yeah, that feels a bit better now. I feel like the background felt a bit stark because we've gone like really warm colours. The background felt a bit stark. I'm definitely loving my pastels at the minute. It's getting there. Right, I'm going to come in with, these eyes are still really lacking luster. I'm going to try adding some grey marker over the acrylic inks. Oh, that's very dark. It's not quite what I was going for. That's a bit better. Definitely mixing my mediums up here. Right, let's get some black line work back into this so it's probably peaceful in a field. Yeah, I'd quite happily sit in a field. I've lost some of the details of some of these acorns and things because the acrylic markers are opaque. So, oops, just going to put some of them back. I'm not going to worry about it overly, but just get a little bit of detail back in there. Add a little bit of loose. Most of your pages are wing it and see what happens. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I know some people that craft with a plan. They get an idea and the idea goes into the notebook, and I just sort of, sometimes I have a starting point. I didn't even have a starting point when I came down, to be honest. Okay. I didn't really have any. So yeah, it's amazing. Once I've had a bit of definition of the black, that's suddenly starting to look a bit better, isn't it? But I do think we need a different, I'll show you what I mean in a minute. About, there we go. Is that better? It's amazing the difference black line work makes. Now we just need white gel pen and we're all good to go. Do you know what? I don't think I'm going to do a diddly border for this. I quite like the openness of it. It does need white pen though. Let's see. Now this should be fun because I took all my white pens with me. Hopefully one of these will work. One of your favourite pages was a wing it. I mostly start with an idea. Yeah, I like that. I tend to have a sort of a slight idea or a starting point, and then I tend to just let the page, I don't know, the page lets me know where it wants to go. That sounds like really woo-woo and airy-fairy, but it's sort of like you sort of do one thing and then that leads to another direction, and the page sort of needs this or it needs that, and I don't sort of have a direction, but you know, we go where the page wants to go, and that's that. Thank you, Deb. bit of white doodleage as well. Bring it together. Actually, I'm putting this white pen over pastels that have not yet been set. So I will need to set it, but as I say, I'm going to set that afterwards. She needs a wee pink nose as well. I think that's all right. What sentiments I had on the stamps that I've got. We can have a look. We've got a bit of all sorts going on in here. We've got a bit of paper piecing and we've got the stamping, the stenciling in the background. Let's give it a wee pink nose. I think we should give it sprinkles. Let's have some sprinkles on our pumpkin latte. On our pumpkin spice latte. I need some sprinkles. Don't know if I regret that now. I think that's all right. I think that's the best we're going to get it. Very pretty. It simultaneously looks chilly and cozy. Cool. I think that's what we're going for. That is what I like about autumn, though. I like the fresh crispness of it. I'm not one for the heat. But it's like, I like it when you wear a jumper, not a big heavy jumper, but a nice sort of cozy jumper. And that's enough. It's warm enough to go out with like your cozy jumper on. The air feels fresh. Yeah, I like it. Autumn is definitely my favourite season. We're all good. Right. I'll see what I mean. I'm just trying to... Right. So let me have a look. I'm just saying because those are the video. See, the last one we did was like a mug in a forest. I seem to have a thing about mugs in a forest. So that's the last one we did together. Mug in a forest. Those are this week's video. Those were the class. And then this one's a mug in a forest. Next time we will not do a mug in a forest. We will do something different. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will not be here on Monday, next Monday. The video will be going up on Friday, but I will have a Friday off while I'm away because I've not managed to film ahead. But everything should resume when I am back off my holiday. But thanks again, and I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye.